very name, Maitri, that is loving kindness. Now, today's world, we really need a promotion of Maitreya, Maitri, loving kindness.
In Kushinagar, northern India, the place where Shakyamuni Buddha passed away, an extraordinary symbol of loving kindness is being created for the entire world. The Maitreya Project.
Maitreya Buddha, according to scripture, we believe the next coming Buddha. So therefore, it is useful to make sort of special effort to make sort of relation or contact with the coming Buddha.
Just as Buddha Shakyamuni was recognized 2,500 years ago as an enlightened being, it has been prophesied by all the Buddhist traditions that Maitreya will be recognized as the Buddha of loving kindness. Some cultures know Maitreya as the Laughing Buddha. A statue of the monastic form of Maitreya is being built to last at least 1,000 years in India. This will be the largest symbol of loving kindness in the world. The main purpose of the Maitreya statue is to promote the qualities of loving kindness in this world. Buddha Shakyamuni explained there is incredible benefit in creating holy objects. When one sees a peaceful, loving image, it makes one think of peace. A positive seed is planted in the mind which will grow into loving kindness. Throughout the world, monuments serve to inspire humankind. The Taj Mahal symbolizes worldly love of one human being for another. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of justice and political freedom. The Maitreya statue is a symbol of the perfected qualities of loving kindness, the essence of all religions.
I'm making this statue and see people to learn loving kindness by learning the teaching of the Maitreya Buddha. You see, with this good heart, then you see, wars can be stopped. Everybody needs loving kindness. From loving kindness, then you can achieve freedom.
Thank you, Maharaj.
As a bodhisattva, we don't think of ourselves alone making connection and attaining the state of Buddha Maitreya. Since we have to benefit all sentient beings, and since all sentient beings have to make the connection, if we build the representative of Buddha's body, speech, and mind, just by seeing the statue of Buddha Maitreya, one will develop love. It is a good time to build the statue now. Considering the fact it is the time when Buddha's teaching is degenerating, if we build the statue of Maitreya Buddha, the teachings will flourish and spread world peace, bringing joy and happiness to sentient beings.
The Maitreya Project was the heart wish and vision of an extraordinary Buddhist master, Lama Tubten Yeshe. His main disciple and successor, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, is fulfilling his wishes. Today, Lama Yeshe's reincarnation, Lama Osel Rinpoche, still carries the vision of Maitreya in his heart.
Just by seeing the statue so big and so beautiful, so much faith grows inside. So all together, this will be such a big benefit for all sentient beings. So I'm very happy, and I hope it will be made soon.
Kushinagar is one of the holiest Buddhist pilgrimage sites in the world. It is here Maitreya Project is planning to construct the 500-foot Maitreya statue and to develop educational and healthcare programs.
So in this place, the teachings of Lord Buddha are very important and bring benefit to countless sentient beings. Venerable Lama Yeshe and Lama Zopa Rinpoche have a great aspiration to build a Maitreya Buddha statue, so I would like to make a similar prayer in dedication to this project. Buddhism originated in India, so as disciples of Buddha, we should remember the source of water while drinking. It's important that such a large statue of Maitreya be built because it will capture the attention of the world and keep the spirit of Buddhism alive.
The Maitreya Project is harnessing the world's best technology and skills to create this monument of loving kindness. Denise and Peter Griffin, under the guidance of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, spent 4 years creating a life-size model of Maitreya. This model was enlarged to make a 25-foot prototype by using cutting-edge computer technology. The same enlarging process will ensure that the largest perfect traditional Buddha form emerges in bronze. A world-class team of international architects, engineers, and environmentalists are working to ensure this dream becomes a long-lasting reality.
We're trying to produce a contemporary design, a contemporary style, using the history and the religious connotations of Buddhism from the past and linking it with methods of construction, ideas and attitudes of today.
When completed, the bronze statue will rise 500 feet, the equivalent of a 50-story building. For generations, pilgrims will receive great blessings here, journeying through a landscape park of thousands of holy objects, a monastery, a nunnery, and meditation pavilions. Inside the throne and statue will be over 1 million objects of holy art, libraries and shrine rooms at the different chakra points. The statue will also contain a rare collection of holy relics and texts. Lama Zopa Rinpoche is writing the 8,000 stanzas of the Prajnaparamita text in pure gold, which will be placed in the statue.
Lama Zopa Rinpoche has collected many relics of Buddhist masters and saints. When construction is complete, the relics will be enshrined in a temple at the heart of the 500-foot Maitreya statue building. In the meantime, this extraordinary relic collection is traveling the world. Millions of people are receiving the blessings of seeing the relics and learning more about the Maitreya Project and its purpose. The essence of the project is understanding that loving kindness is the only quality that will bring lasting peace within the individual, the family, the community, the country, and the world.
Once the Maitreya statue is completed, it will be a wonder of the world. At the same time, it will bring economic prosperity to the region. In the future, when the schools, hospitals, airport, and tourist services are built, it will be very helpful.
The positive effect of the Maitreya Project will be truly transformational. Up to 4,000 workers will be employed during the project's construction phase, and hundreds more in industries supplying materials and services. After completion, thousands will be employed to maintain the park, airport, hotels, schools, hospitals, and tourist services, providing an ongoing livelihood for centuries to come. Any development of this scope is not without risk. Maitreya Project will only employ environmentally sustainable techniques that respect and preserve the local culture and environment. Designed to last 1,000 years, this structure must run on solar and wind resources, thereby conserving water and fossil fuels. An international airport is being built to make the journey to this holy site.
The Maitreya Universal Education School currently provides excellent free education to more than 350 students. The curriculum is based on the principles of universal education, which encourages people to understand both the scientific and spiritual aspects of reality. Over time, the primary school will be expanded to include a university and function as the hub of an educational outreach program serving rural villages. The Maitreya Project will also build a healthcare system with an international standard teaching hospital as its focus. This will offer treatments based on Ayurvedic, Tibetan, and Western medical systems. The hospital will provide first-rate medical care in surgery and other modern procedures. The healthcare system will primarily serve the poor and underprivileged, even in remote parts of the area.
When completed, the statue will have cost up to $195 million. People sometimes ask, why spend so much money on a statue? Throughout the world today, our spiritual symbols are being overshadowed by materialistic symbols such as shopping malls, entertainment centers, and office buildings. There are very few powerful symbols which encourage the development of loving kindness.
Any kind of contributions that one could make, it will be a great benefit and accumulating a great merit. And through such project, I'm sure will spread the Buddha Dharma, and also through such project will have a real peace and harmony prevailing throughout India as well as throughout world. And so therefore I think this project is very great. I have my full wholehearted support.
Even a beggar, somebody see who has nothing, gives a penny, a contribution for Maitreya. It's something very small, it's just offering 1 penny for the statue. But the result is unbelievable.
And the extraordinary merit that can be generated by this project is mind-boggling. Or as Lama Zopa Rinpoche would say, it's unbelievable.
So this is a huge project. Right from the beginning, I simply admire those concerned people, and especially like late Lama Yeshe and also the Lama Zopa Rinpoche. They really devoted to making this huge statue, and many his follower really is putting effort. I really admire and I appreciate.
Maitreya Project invites you to be an integral part of spreading peace and loving kindness to the world. May the beings that contribute to the creation of images of Maitreya, the Buddha of love, experience the Dharma of the Great Way in the presence of Maitreya himself.
Is a universal blessing for humanity possible in this day and age? Thousands of people are finding that it is. For the first time, a sacred collection of holy relics from the Buddhas and other Buddhist masters is touring the world, bringing great blessings to small towns and big cities. Regardless of religion, culture, race, or age, people's hearts are being opened and healed.
The key meaning is to water the seeds of loving kindness, and everyone can relate to that.
My state of mind changes consistently when I'm around the relics. A kinder mind arises.
Unconditional love and acceptance and peace that's just flowing from the relics.
It's beyond words.
It was magnetizing each person that came in here and letting them know their own true nature of enlightenment.
Lama Zopa Rinpoche is the spiritual director of Maitreya Project. Rinpoche has received and collected these extraordinarily rare and precious relics that are now touring the world. The relics will tour until their enshrinement at the heart of the 500-foot, 152-meter bronze statue of Maitreya Buddha, when it is completed in Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh, India. This remarkable symbol of loving kindness is being built to stand at least 1,000 years in order to bring as much benefit as possible for as long as possible, spiritually, through education and healthcare, and economically, by the direct and indirect creation of employment opportunities. To see and experience the relics can awaken loving kindness within our hearts and minds, inspiring each of us to create peace in our world. The relics will travel the world to give as many people as possible the opportunity to receive blessings.
Purified everything, received all the Buddha's wisdom, compassion, perfect power to benefit others. Thank you.
When I began the tour, I had been a lawyer for 5 years in a very controlled, logical, intellectual environment. And what I quickly learned when I started doing this tour is that there's a miracle occurring here. Relics don't tour, and it's difficult for people to put into a context. But when they come and see the relics and experience it for themselves, they have a personal, direct experience, and everybody comes away with something. Their heart opens, or they experience a healing, or they have an inspirational teaching or message comes.
The Relic Tour is spreading Maitreya Project's message of loving kindness and peace all around the world. The energy of the relics is universal, transcending individual religious and cultural identities.
ส่วนตัวของอาตมานี้ที่ได้มาสักการะพระธาตุของพระเจ้านี้ปลาปลื้มยินดีและอนุโมทนาชาวพุทธทิเบตที่ตั้งใจเป็นศรัทธาแรงกล้าความศรัทธานั้นความพยายามของทิเบตนั้นมีต่อพุทธศาสนาเป็นอย่างมาก
So we come into this presence that is pure love, created the universe and everything in it.
Many people who see the relics make prayers for world peace. Some pray for sick family members or the dying. Others simply feel incredible joy and light.
I feel as if, being in the presence of the relics, a change occurs, as if my molecules were being rearranged into a more wholesome order.
When you see the relics, actually you see the Buddha itself, and we bring you loving kindness. It's universal. We've seen some even Catholic believer. We've seen some traditional Chinese believer, elderly and very young, to coming in to see the relics.
I think everybody can benefit something because
You can't put a religious title on love or God or anything, you know. We've all just come together to pay our respects to the God that is within ourselves as well as in others.
People are able to directly experience loving kindness. Maitreya, or loving kindness, is reaching out to touch everyone's heart. During the blessing ceremony, everyone is welcome to experience the extremely rare opportunity of receiving a direct blessing from the relics of the Buddha. For many, this is a unique and mystical experience, often a very personal and emotional one.
Tất cả mọi người họ cảm thấy một sự sung sướng vô cùng. Họ cảm nhận được một cái merit vô cùng to lớn, tức là cái công đức vô lượng. Mà ngay chính tôi cũng thấy sự lên thiên. Tôi cái mũi tôi này nó bị allergy. Bữa tôi cầm cái ngọc sa lợi của Đức Phật, tôi cọ tôi nói từ đó tới nay hết bệnh không còn nữa.
The blessing energy coming off of them is so strong. It seems to result in a lot of emotional and even physical purification, that afterwards you feel a lot lighter.
I feel that it's a lot of energy coming through me from my head to my feet, the whole body. And it's a feeling that it's really hard to explain. You have to be here to feel it.
When a Buddhist spiritual master dies and is cremated, small pearl-like deposits called ring cell are found among his or her ashes. These relics arise from compassion and wisdom, the sign of his purity and spiritual attainments. Even in our modern age, spiritual masters are generating relics. In 2002, the great modern-day Tibetan yogi Geshe Lama Kunchok was cremated in Nepal. Hundreds of ring cell were found among his ashes. In the whole collection, there are now more than 1,000 relics. Most of the relics in this collection are of the historical Buddha, called Shakyamuni or Siddhartha, who was born in 563 BCE. Some of the relics are from his heart disciples, Ananda, Shariputra, and Madhgoyana, and many other well-known saints such as Milarepa and Yeshe Sogyo. The relics have been offered to Maitreya Project from many reliable sources. 8 relics of the Buddha were offered by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Since the Maitreya Project Heart Shrine Relic Tour began in March 2001, there have been more than 100 relic exhibits all around the world. In the United States, Canada, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and New Zealand. Hundreds of thousands have been able to view the relics. The tour has captured the attention of the media, reporting in newspapers, radio, and television all over the world.
Well, here's something else you don't see very often. A rare and mysterious sight right here in Washington brought thousands of people to a Buddhist temple today. Sacred relics thousands of years old from Buddha and his disciples on public display for the very first time. Though people waited in line for hours, Fox 5's Melanie Olnwick found out none left disappointed.
A busy street scene unfolds outside the Gyak Hwang Buddhist Temple on 16th Street,
Tickets are counted out and numbers are called. Side by side, the chaste and the curious wait for a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see sacred relics.
I don't know how to, explain to you, but I really want to go.
Some visitors are unexpectedly moved by the experience.
I originally came to see artifacts, and then something else miraculous happened. Can't explain it.
We have seen again and again that many people connect directly with the powerful loving energy emanating from the relics. In South Central Los Angeles, California, the relics were displayed and made a profound impact on the whole community.
Some didn't even hear about the Buddha before. They know an historic event was happening here. They heard it through a friend or the radio or the newspaper clipping, and they came. So, looking at the people that were non-Buddhist, knew nothing about Lord Buddha Shakyamuni and relics, they were overwhelmed and they were taken back. They felt something strange and something wonderful and powerful was taking place. They could not explain it. And not only did they come once to get the blessing from the holy relics, they came several times to get the blessings.
Srinatha Devi took the relics and she was putting them on our bodies and asking for great healing. And I felt something, an energy go through my body. I'd had back problems all of my life, and all of a sudden I just felt this total release. And it was within the mid-back area. Yes, it's still gone. And it was a profound healing. To have the relics in a place like this is very unique. It's a spiritual center amidst great darkness and amidst great strife and amidst great poverty. To bring light here and then to have people know and feel and be immersed in that sense of peace within their own soul has to change the world. It just has to.
We only had the relics for one day. But that one day is like time immemorial with this place. The effects were tremendous. Because I've been here since 1985, this little center. And every day practically we have helicopters flying above us. You know what that means for this area? That means they're looking for a criminal. They're looking for a thief or a dope pusher or a murderer, someone who has committed a crime. So for several months, there was a tremendous peace, an overwhelming peace in this area.
The Maitreya Project Heart Shrine Relic Tour is reaching out to everyone, making a real difference in people's lives. The relics were displayed in colleges and schools in Arizona, New Mexico, Michigan, and Kansas so that children and young people could receive the blessings. In Shasta, California, a dying man silently chanted his prayers as the relics were gently placed on his heart. At a Florida prison, inmates were led in a meditation on loving kindness. At a Kansas prison, inmates paid their respects and were blessed with the relics of the Buddha. In Montreal, a Vietnamese abbot led his followers in a 5-day intensive retreat with chanting, prayers, music, and prostrations. Everything was dedicated to the completion of the Maitreya Project.
The relics are shining and giving us this wonderful energy and hopefully raising our spirits to go on in the world and do what we need to do to help the world at this time, because the world needs a lot of help.
People experience, I think, that kind of unconditional feeling that people all want. And this is what Maitreya is all about, loving kindness. And the reason for the Maitreya statue is so that loving kindness will arise in the hearts of all beings.
The relics reflect our true nature, pure, loving, and wise. They have the power to heal and awaken true happiness. The Relic Tour offers a universal blessing and is loving kindness in action.
Today in the world, many people are concerned about peace and wish to bring an end to war, violence, and people hurting other people. The cause of peace is the attitude of loving kindness, which means caring about others and wishing them to be happy. When we can generate this attitude in our minds, the result will be internal peace, and we can then share this peace with others, our family, neighborhood, city, country, and the world. Peace is our responsibility. Only when the cause, loving kindness, exists within every person's heart and mind can peace become attainable. The following meditation is a method we can use to create the cause of peace. First of all, sit in a comfortable position and take a few moments to relax your body and mind. Have your back straight. Let your eyes close gently, and let all the parts of your body, all the muscles in your body, be relaxed, light, and open. And let your breathing be natural. Let your breath flow in and out in a natural rhythm. Relax your mind by letting go of any thoughts you may have in your mind. Thoughts of the past or the future, thoughts of your work, other places or people. Let these thoughts drift out of your mind as clouds drift out of the sky, leaving your mind clear, like a clear, cloudless sky. Decide to keep your mind focused in the present, the here and now, and on the meditation you are doing, without being distracted to anything else. Now visualize in the space in front of you a figure or image that represents absolute purity, goodness, peace, universal love and compassion, all fully perfected positive qualities. This figure could be Maitreya, the embodiment of loving kindness, or Shakyamuni Buddha, or any other Buddhist figure that you are familiar with. If you are a Christian, it could be Jesus, Mary, the Holy Spirit, or one of the saints that you have faith in. Or it could be any figure from a religious tradition that you are familiar with and that represents for you these positive qualities. It could even be just light, a beam of radiant white or golden light. Choose whatever image of purity you are most comfortable with and imagine that figure in front of you. Don't worry about having a perfect, sharp, clear image. Just do the best you can and be satisfied with that. The most important thing is to feel that it's really there, that you are sitting in the presence of this representation of all goodness, perfection, purity, universal loving kindness and compassion. And really feel the loving kindness and compassion emanating from this image to yourself. Now visualize light streaming from this image in front of you into yourself, coming through all the pores of your body and filling your body as if it were like an empty jar or vase being filled with liquid. The light flows down to the tips of your toes and fingers, filling you all the way up to the top of your head. It fills every cell, atom, and tiny particle of your body. This pure radiant light purifies all of your troubles, your pain, physical pain and sickness, as well as mental pain, unhappiness, fears, worries, anger, any other negative thoughts and feelings you might have in your mind, as well as any negative things you've done in the past, your karma, imprints of hurtful or wrong actions you've done in the past that you're still carrying with you. All of those are completely purified. So everything negative in your body and mind completely disappears, becomes non-existent, as you are filled with this blissful radiant light. Imagine that your body becomes clean and clear like a piece of crystal. Imagine that your mind becomes calm and clear, free of all negative thoughts and worries, and full of feelings of loving kindness and compassion. Imagine that you yourself, your mind, become one with the image in front of you, the embodiment of loving kindness and compassion. You yourself become just like that, totally positive, totally loving and compassionate, peaceful and blissful. Now generate in your mind the wish to share this peaceful, loving energy with others, so that they too can become free of suffering and can become loving, peaceful, and positive. Remember that the only way to have peace within ourselves and peace outside of ourselves in the world is to have the good heart of loving kindness and compassion. So imagine the energy of loving kindness radiating out from you, from your heart, going out in all directions like rays of light going out from the sun. Imagine that it first touches any other people that are in the room with you, or in the house or building that you are in. Imagine that they become filled with the energy of loving kindness. Then send it out further to all the people in your neighborhood. They all become filled with this light of loving kindness. Then send it out further to all the people in your town or city, and imagine that they all become filled with the energy, the light of loving kindness. Then continue to send it out further and further to all the people in your country. They are all filled with the light, the energy of loving kindness. continue to send it out to the people in other countries all around the world, so that gradually all the people in all countries everywhere in the world become filled with the energy of loving kindness. And if you can, imagine sending it out to other beings, not just people, but all living beings, animals, creatures in the sea, birds and insects, all the living beings everywhere in the world. They all become filled with the energy of loving kindness. Then, if you can, imagine sending it out to the entire universe, to all the beings existing everywhere in the universe. Imagine that all of them become filled with the energy of loving kindness. The minds of all beings everywhere become free of negative thoughts and filled with loving thoughts, so that now there is peace everywhere. When you wish to conclude the meditation, in order to not lose the energy generated during the meditation, mentally dedicate this energy that it will bring peace to everyone, everywhere, to all beings in the universe. May they all become free of their suffering. May they all become perfectly filled with loving kindness. One way you can do this is to pray, "May the minds of all beings everywhere become free of all thoughts of intolerance, anger, hatred, and the wish to give harm. And may their minds be filled instead with thoughts of tolerance, respect, loving kindness, and the wish only to benefit others."